and welcome back to Photographer's Clubhouse. In this episode, what we're going to be doing is creating a full project on how to create a zombie-filled horror Halloween set. Now, this is going to be something that we're going to be doing a full project on. We're going to start building the set, then we're going to add in the lighting, and then we're going to throw in a model, and then after that, we're actually going to go to Photoshop and transform her into a zombie, maybe even throw in a ghostly type of apparition somewhere. What we're going to do for this set is we're actually going to build something very simple. Now, I went out and I bought a bunch of materials and I spent less than $50 to create something that we're going to use. It's going to be a vintage looking set, like it's an old creepy house somewhere, and we're going to make brick walls, we have vintage furniture, and probably some spider webs. Now, you can obviously do this in a house, in a studio, wherever, or you don't even have to actually build a set like this. If you want to, you can just use some kind of backdrops, or you can even shoot against a completely bare wall and then add your backdrops later. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to actually start out with building a brick wall. And what we have is we went to a hardware store and we bought these sheets of fake brick. It's kind of 1/8 inch thick. They're about $10 each, give or take. And basically going to get a strip of wood that we nail across the top into the studs, or screw into the studs across the top. That little piece of wood, it's going to be a 1x2. It's going to stay there all the time at my studio here. That way, if I ever want to, I can go ahead and just take off the wall and replace it with something that looks like stone, or something that looks like wood paneling. But I'm basically going to have that strip that goes across the top, and then I'm going to use screws just to screw this in, keep it in place. And that's actually just going to keep it there where it'll hang, and it's going to look like it's part of the wall there. And that's going to be really easy to do. It's about, like I said, about $20 to do that. Now, if you want to, as I said, you can actually use your natural wall. We have a gray wall here, which actually does make it easier to do, but you can do it on any wall. If you wanted to, you can actually shoot on a blank wall, and then later on, find your photo you want, and mask in whatever background you want. We'll probably be doing that as well to show you what that's going to look like. Okay, I'm getting ready to screw.
And I've been recording.
Seriously? What the?
And I'm going to record.
All right, so I've gone ahead and screwed in this header piece, and I screwed it into the studs. I made it longer because eventually I want to add more panels down here. And what I just need to do basically is, when I put this up against here, you can see it's going to screw into that. This will basically just hang down here, and it's supported on the floor, so we're not really putting too much weight on there. It's just basically keeping it up so it looks like it's straight wall. And then since I'm just using a couple screws that are going to go into here, it'll actually make it very easy for me to take this one off, put another one on whenever I need to. Or if I want to just use the blank wall, just take these off. And as simple as that, just with a total of, I think, 6 screws, $20 worth of that stuff, we have a brick wall. And now we're just going to go ahead and add some props to make this look like an old Victorian type of spooky house.